Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since, and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Right, hello Tina, hello Laurie Paulson, over there in Washington State, hello Anthony Anderson, everyone who's watching on YouTube, even if you haven't commented yet in the chat, I'm watching chat, and hello if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube as well, Facebook and Twitch. Keep forgetting this. I've made something different on my computer and I keep forgetting to change it. There we go. Let's press save now. There we go. Right. Deschamps is running with us as well. Hello. Salazar. Ribeiro is there. So this is the Tour of Watopia Stage 1. This is our third time of doing Stage 1 this week. So we are really racking up the double points. Although Sarah Jacobson, hello Sarah, who's also running, I think, today. Yes, there she is. Told me that if we'd done Wednesday workout on Wednesday, obviously, we would have got more points, more XP than doing the Tour of Watopia. Obviously, that's because when you do an interval session and a structured workout, you do get bonus points. Laurie has got here just in time, still getting her shoes on and ready though. So she's signed in. She's not actually running just yet, but she will be shortly. Yes. So we may well have shot ourselves in the foot with Wednesday, but who cares? It was all a bit of fun. I quite enjoyed that 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off session. So now we have a quandary as to whether to do it again next week. I'm going relatively comfortably this evening because I want to try and go a little bit quick at Park Run tomorrow morning. I'm going to do my local one in Worthing, 5k. In the UK, we have these free runs that you do every Saturday morning, and there's loads of them, thousands of them all over the country, and they are abroad as well. There's loads of them abroad, but it's mainly massive in the UK. And every Saturday morning, we gather together and run 5k, and you get your time recorded, and there's a website you can go to check all your stats, and it's lovely to have that kind of free service available to everyone on a Saturday morning. So anyway, I'm going to do my 5k park run tomorrow, and I'm going to try and go a little bit quick. It's not going to be PB material. There are not going to be any PRs recorded because I'm nowhere near that fit, but I'll try and go a little bit quick. Make my heart get into zone 5 at least. So if you're watching, hello, good evening, welcome along to the Tour of Watopia Stage 1. If you want to say hello in chat, please feel free to do so. I am watching, so I should be able to respond. We're going nice and easy today, so I'm not going to be too out of breath. If this is your first time watching Zwift, then yeah, welcome to Zwift. 31 runners from all over the world. You can see the country flags just to the right of their names there. All real people. Well, at least we think they are. All probably real people with their country flags identifying where they are from, or where they're identifying as being from. So you've got Sarah Jacobson there, and Declan from the USA. Myself and Tina and Anthony from the UK. We've got Porto there from Romania. Salazar has his Ukraine flag, but a lot of people have been putting Ukraine flags on in support of Ukraine, so he might not be from Ukraine. Bovolo there from Italy. We've got Hennig from Germany and Raramuri from Spain. So a nice cross-section of Europe and the Americas. We quite often have people from Australia, New Zealand, and Brazil, Argentina, Chile. And then, of course, when we're all asleep, there are loads of runners from Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, Japan. So it really is a global game, a global training platform, this. And the more you get on, the more you get to know people. And the more it's fun to run with people that you know. Which is what I'm doing today with Sarah and Tina and Laurie Paulson and Anthony. And who else is there that I recognise? Sarah says, "Who are you again?" I'm your worst nightmare, Sarah. Just another thing to say, please be aware if I throw up, it's because I have been stuffing my face with popcorn. Victoria went out this afternoon and came back with 2 enormous bags of sweet and salty popcorn. And I just can't resist. I mean, it's so tasty and so Moorish. So I've absolutely stuffed my face just before my dinner with sweet and salty popcorn. And that's 1 kilometre done. The run today is just under 7 kilometres, 6.8, 6.9 kilometres. Stage 1 of the tour of Watopia, so we are doing 5 stages over the course of the next few weeks. Sebastian did Tour of Watopia today with the MHG gang. Well done, Seb. Tina Beard might only do 5k with us today, that's alright. And Sarah Jacobson's going up to 8k. So Tina, it's okay because Sarah will do the extra couple of kilometres for you. Yeah, we have already done this stage twice before this week, so we are just greedy, XP hogging runners who can't stay away. Normally we'd be doing a different event tonight called the ZLDR Recovery Hour, but because of Tour of Watopia, we've jumped ship. And also because Sarah Jacobson can't stand Jarrett's bad jokes. So that's another reason. We blame it on Sarah. It's been a good day today. Wordle in 4. I told you I was your worst nightmare, Sarah. You didn't believe me. To be honest, I can't stand Jarrett's bad jokes either. It's only basically 1 good joke per stream, per run, and the rest are terrible. And he knows it. He knows what I think of him. You know, there's no getting away from it. Jarrett's jokes are awful. Which is why most of the time I call him Janet rather than Jarrett. Although, to be fair, that is basically just a voice-to-text fail on my part that turned out to be quite funny once or twice. And now I just repeat it a lot. It's not funny to anyone else other than me now. 1.5 kilometres in. New video coming out tonight if you're interested in trail running shoes. Review of my current trail running shoes. I know it will have limited appeal, but Tina says, why am I getting left behind? Yeah, I don't know. You're not that, you're less than a second behind. Do you know what though? Sometimes I have to do that I have to just bump the speed up sometimes to keep up with people who are supposedly going the same speed as me. So that happens to me quite often, Tina. We're just about a mile in now to our 6.9k run, 6.8k run. Sebastian says, is it yours and Vic's 100 miler next week? Yes. So a week tomorrow. 1 week tomorrow, Victoria and I will be running the final 100 miler of the year. Or our final 100 miler of the year. Are you coming along to support us? Are you going to fly in a week early, Sebastian, and come and support us? We have the Beachy Head Marathon 1 week after that. So next week is our 100 miler, and the week after that, we are welcoming a few of you to Eastbourne to run the Beachy Head Marathon or the Beachy Head Half Marathon. Sarah Jacobson says that's too much running. It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I agree, but what are you going to do? Not run that much. Yeah, well, I suppose so. Sebastian said he would have come over to support us, but it's too late now. He's booked his flights and his hotels. 5k to go of the tour of Watopia. We are almost 2k in. So there won't be any live stream over the weekend. Okay, time for a shout out to anyone running Chicago Marathon this weekend. Sarah Jacobson, you and I have the most ridiculous synchronization of ideas. What was that all about? Yeah, Jinx. Oh, now who's not allowed to talk? I suppose it's me, isn't it? You said Jinx first. No. Right, hang on a minute though. It's much easier for you not to talk. I have to talk. Just say my name. If you say my name, I can talk again. Isn't that how it works in the playground? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to follow anyone. Right, anyone know where that quote is from? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to follow anyone. Sarah Jacobson just reckons I should just be quiet forever. If I was silent forevermore, that would mean my wife would constantly talk. Surely that's a punishment worse than anything. Sarah says, how dare you? It's all right, she's not watching, she can't hear me. She's gone out to deep water workout. It's okay, she's gone to her deep water workout class. She probably tries to chat to the other participants whilst underwater. Well, yes, admittedly. Okay, anyone randomly looking at this, you are invited to come and run the Brighton Marathon or Brighton 10K on April 7th next year. We are having a get-together of Zwift runners in Brighton. So come and join us for either the Brighton Marathon or the Brighton 10K. Just doing my little bit of advertising for our Brighton Marathon Zwift meetup next year. It doesn't matter who you are, what your level of running, we would love to see you. Right, we have just over 4 kilometres left to run. We are basically now running a circuit of the volcano, so we're going in and out of the volcano for the next 4 kilometres. And whilst these 4 kilometres tick by, I will be desperately trying to prevent the re-emergence of my popcorn. It'll be fine. I'll manage. Nobody panic. It's all under control. Tina Beard organised a Couch to 5K run yesterday where she got them to all run for 20 minutes non-stop. And all of her group are today complaining of aching legs. So good job, Tina. Yeah, Sebastian says, if Stephen doesn't talk anymore, I don't have anyone to motivate me. There you go, you see? Sebastian loves me. Sarah, how many did you get Wordle in today? I can't remember. Yeah, that's true. Tina says, I'm here with you, aren't I? That is true. Thank you. Thank you for staying with me. 4. Okay, so, was that same as me or did I get it in 3? Oh, yeah, I think I might have got it in 3. Yeah. Yeah, we both got perfect connections, but to be honest, connections, again, was quite easy today, I thought. There are some days when I look at connections and I have no clue. And to be fair to me, it's quite often because the answers are very Americanized. There was one the other day about the answer was things which have stripes. And one of the answers was referee. Because obviously in America, the referees wear black and white stripes, which I eventually worked out. But it took me an awful long time, and sometimes they're so Americanized I just don't get them at all. I have no idea what the word means, or what an alternative meaning for a certain word might be, because it's basically American. So, well, it is an American newspaper, that is correct, Sarah, yes. York is in England, I'll have you know. Just because you put a new in front of it, it's still basically English. Oh, Sarah Jacobson's been to York. Did you feel very nostalgic for the old times? Did you feel nostalgic for the motherland? Were you nostalgic for the motherland? Were you nostalgic? W-H-E-R-E? What's that all about? Come on, Apple. My ancestors are not from England. I'm desperately trying to think of a suitably comic answer without skirting on the edges of racism. I can't, you know, anything's just going to have dodgy connotations, isn't it? So I'm just not going to say anything. Yeah, thank you. I thought it was wise as well. Just shut up, Stephen. Surely there must have been a Jewish community in England. But yeah, clearly, obviously, there were Jews all over the world, so not necessarily from England. Right, we are coming close on 4 kilometres with 3 to go now. Not too far before we hit that milestone. And 25 minutes coming up as well. Is that Jonathan Levy running with us? I've just noticed Jonathan Levy just behind us. Hello, Jonathan. How are you, my old friend? What was the voice to text fail? I missed it. I missed the voice to text fail and I can't see it on here. It just says I'm getting fitter, a stable 126 HR. Oh, Tuna! I'm so glad that that was Sarah's mistake and not Tina's. Although we do now have a good new nickname for Tina. By the way, Jonathan, who's just behind me, runs Zwift Hype. Definitely worth checking out the Facebook page. So Jonathan Levy, been on Zwift for about 1 billion years. He's right behind us. And he's running with us, basically. And Jonathan is responsible for Zwift Hype. And any brand new developments in Zwift and any, back doors that he can find to find out what's going on with Zwift, he'll find them. So often a good source of information on what might be coming up in Zwift. So Jonathan Levy, check him out. He's just sped up and is now just forging ahead. Obviously can't type and run at the same time. Jessica Bland is running with us. Hello, Jessica. Nice to see her on board. And 2.5k left of our Tour of Watopia Stage 1, third go at this, to collect loads of XP points, which will help us jump further up the levels. If you're already at the top level, then those points are stored in the background, and when new levels are released, then you will climb up the levels quicker than everyone else because you will have loads of extra stored XP points. What they used to do was they used to just give you all the XP points in one fell swoop and you'd just jump a ton of levels at once. But Zwift have decided that they'll make you just kind of hang on a little bit longer for your levels, and maybe it gives you a bit more motivation to do a bit more Zwifting and climb up the levels when the new ones are released, rather than just giving you it all in one go, which I quite like. We did that when it went from level 21 to level 30, and it was quite enjoyable working our way through the levels again. Oh, I see Jonathan's right behind us again now. Maybe he had a problem with his foot pod or something. Mark Stockley has just joined. Well, he's 2 kilometres in, so he started late, obviously. And I think, yes, I think I'll go and drop some ride-ons, actually. I've just noticed somebody's dropped a load of ride-ons on us.
Ride on!
Christoph Herman, thank you very much, buddy. Christoph dropping a load of ride-ons. So let's go and drop ride-ons on people. We'll go a bit further forward and work our way backwards. Right, let's have a look. Jay Porter. Manson. He's on 6.4 kilometres. Bovolo from Italy, 5.8. And Henning from Germany on 5.8. Porto from, I think that's Romania, isn't it? He's on 5.2, although it might not be. That could be Colombia or Venezuela or something, couldn't it? Anybody know what flag Porto is running under? I've got a feeling it isn't Romania, actually. I think it might be a South American country. Anyway, there we are. Mark Stockley from Australia is crazily fast now. Porter from the UK, oh, we've already given her a ride on. Well done, Jay Porter. Heart rate 162, so she's working a little bit. De Camp, well done, running with us. 5.1, 5.2k. There's Sarah. And just behind Sarah is Jonathan. Well done, Jonathan Levy. He's a late join, looks like. 3.9k in. And there's Tina. And we are coming up to 5 kilometres. Here's the 5 kilometre marker. There we go. Anthony Anderson. Well done, Anthony. Jessica. Well done to Jessica. And Gilbert. Salazar. Eddie Lee. Well done, Eddie. ND, whoever that is. Don't know who ND is. And JP from Japan. So we are seeing quite a number now of people from all over the world. Konya, where's that? Where's that flag? Is it Hungary? Or is it... Yes, it is Hungary. Well done to Konya from Hungary, who's joined us. PT from Netherlands. Ribeiro from Portugal, well done to you. And Alex from Germany. Heyman from the USA. Kevin Heyman. There's Laurie. Hello, Laurie. Over there in the USA as well. This is John, Mountain Goat. And we're back round again. There's Bovolo coming into the finish with Hennig. So they've got about 400, 500 metres left to run. And back to me. Right, Sarah Jacobson was going to do 8 kilometres. She now can smell lunch and wants to pack it in at the end of the run. So she is just going to do another mile with us. Well done, Sarah. Any distance is a good distance. Sarah has a work call at 1 p.m, so it's cutting it a little close. That's all right. Just coming to pass by the climb portal entrance. Nice of Jonathan Levy to stay with us. I've been saying all week that my treadmill's a bit squeaky. It is still squeaky tonight. Mind you, why would that change? Tina says, bye-bye, have a great weekend. Is Tina packing it in? Oh, yes, she did say she was only going to do 5K. Tina, thank you very much for joining. Take care. Take care, Tina. Enjoy your 301st park run tomorrow. She may or may not be doing park run tomorrow, but, Laurie says, bye, Tina. And we've been running for 37 minutes. We've got just over a kilometre left to do. Round and round the circuit. Tina is going to Bridport Park Run tomorrow. I will be at Worthing Park Run. Anyone else doing Park Run in the morning? Question mark. Let's see if we get any replies there. Any replies who aren't Anthony Anderson, Sarah Jacobson, or Tina Beers. It's been apart from the usual crew, it's been a rather quiet run. Nobody else has been chatting at all. Normally you get like one or two messages from some people we don't regularly hear from. But today, no one has chatted in-game apart from Sarah, me, Tina. I think Laurie has put the odd word in. I don't know if you know, have we seen Anthony chatting as well? I'm not sure. Anyway, just our usual crowd. Sebastian says, my parkrun is 33 kilometres tomorrow. What are you doing tomorrow? Sebastian, is it just a training run? Or do you have a race? There you go, you can see the climb portal in the background behind us there. So Sarah Jacobson has just hit 6K. So she has 800 metres to go. Sarah says the climb portal makes me dizzy. It is a bit of an experience, isn't it? Does it take you back to the 60s and all those hallucinogenics? Don't tell me you don't remember the 60s, Sarah. Don't tell me that. Yeah, you say that. I've seen your Facebook profile picture. I am in trouble now. I am in so much trouble. 6K for me. For me and Jonathan, and I think it's, oh yes, Anthony's with me. Jessica Bland is about 37 seconds behind. Tina says you're asking for trouble, cousins. So, I know that. I do know that. I mean, since when have I not been asking for trouble on this live stream? Like, since the year dot. Everything that comes out of my mouth is tantamount to legal action. Okay, nearly time to finish. Nearly time for shower and pyjamas on for us here in the UK. Anyone in the States has still got a whole half a day left. But we can get our pyjamas on, have our dinner, and settle down to an evening of watching the TV and then going to bed. Although I do have a video to release, so I do need to do some work this evening. Well done, everybody. Good running. Have a great weekend, everyone. Sarah Jacobson says, I hope everyone but Stephen has a great weekend. You're only mad because I beat you at Wordle today. She is. She's angry with me because I beat her at Wordle today. Oh, one of many reasons. Yeah, it's just that one. That's the only reason. The only genuine reason. You know I think of you as a dear sister, Sarah. That's gonna make her even more mad. She's gonna hate that. Right, 6.5 kilometers in, and we are racking up the XP. Sarah says, who are you again? Put me deep. Tina says, I knew I liked you best, Sarah. Okay. 300 metres, 200 metres to go. We can see the finish line just up ahead there. There's the arch. Well done, everybody. Great running. Good work. And we'll be back to do Tour of Watopia Stage 2 on Tuesday, not Monday. Monday will be the community run, which I will be leading. I will have the yellow beacon for the Monday community run. And then Tuesday we've got the Film My Run 500 in the morning. And then we'll do Stage 2 of Tour of Watopia at 6 p.m. UK time on Tuesday evening. And then Wednesday we have a choice of whether we do Wednesday workout or we go and do another Tour of Watopia and do it as an interval session. The thing about it is, the good thing about doing Tour of Watopia is there are a lot more people running, so it makes it feel like it's a bit more of a social occasion. So maybe we'll do Tour of Watopia despite what Sarah Jacobson said about us earning more points if we do Wednesday workout. We'll see. We'll have a chat with everybody and see what people want to do. But that is it from us. 46 minutes of running. Thank you, Anthony, for sticking with me. Nice to have Jonathan Levy run with us today. Laurie Paulson just up ahead. Kevin Heyman as well. Well done to you. Jessica Bland as well. Good work, everybody. There we go. 6.9 kilometres done in 45.5 minutes. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. You know what? I'm just going to walk to 7k. Why not? Let's just walk to 7k. We may as well. Just to get... Oh, I'm doing a U-turn for some reason. Okay, fair enough. Just to get the... See, it's all about the XP. Just to get the XP, we're going to walk another 100 metres. Now, I did hear something very interesting the other day, and I should have worked this out for myself. If you just want to get loads of XP, what you can do is enter a Tour of Watopia run and never leave. So do the run, but don't cross the finish line. Leave the computer on, leave Zwift connected. You can go and have a drink, cup of coffee, whatever you want to do, and come back. You can even go to sleep. You can even go to sleep and wake up the next day and then carry on running inside the Tour of Watopia event. And as long as you never finish that event, or as long as every run you do is inside a Tour of Watopia event, you can just keep on earning XP continuously, double XP continuously. So you could, just stop before the finish line and then have a break and then come and do some more running inside that event, and you'll still earn double XP. So just don't cross the finish line. That's, if you want to play the game, if you want to play the getting points game, that is the way to do it. Right, we've hit 7k, we're done. Tina says that's serious cheating. I don't know, Tina. I think that's just playing the system in a legitimate way. They don't tell you that you have to cross the finish line. If you just don't cross the finish line, you could, as long as you stay logged into Zwift, you can just carry on running and earn those points. Anyway, Anthony says have a good weekend. Yes, indeed. Do have a great weekend, everybody. Whatever you're going to do, whether you're running, whether you're relaxing, whatever it is. And I will be back live on Monday for the Monday 10K community run. And I will also be doing lots of Tour of Watopia next week, as well as Bag That Badge, as well as the Film My Run 500. So we'll see you for all of that next week. And we will be discussing the Brighton Marathon more as well. And also the Beachy Head Marathon, because we need to arrange going out for meals and things like that in a couple of weeks when a few of you come to join us for the Beachy Head Marathon. Till then, guys, take care. Have a great rest of your day and rest of the weekend. And we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.